Alright, to factor trinomials, this is going to be the opposite of multiplying the binomials, or the FOIL method that we were doing before. What we're looking for is we're looking for two binomials that when we multiply them together are going to equal this trinomial. Now we're going to start off with simple ones where we have just x here at the beginning, so there's nothing in front of the x squared. So both of these are going to start off with an x. And we're looking for what needs to go plus something or minus something, plus something or minus something in these binomials to equal this trinomial when we multiply it out. The way we're going to do this is we're going to find the factors of 4 that when we add them, because this is plus, equal 5. So the factors of 4 are 1 and 4 and 2 and 2. So when we add 1 and 4, we get 5. So those are the right ones. We're going to put here 1 and 4. And because when we add these two together, it equals positive 5, we're going to put plus here. You'll see in a moment, if we add them together and it needs to equal negative, then both of these would need to be negative, and so we would have the negatives there. When we multiply this out again, we get x times x is x squared, x times 4 is 4x, 1 times x is 1x, and 1 times 4 is 4. And when we put those together, we get our 5x, which was what we needed for there. So that's why we find the factors of 4 that when we add them equal the number in the middle term, if this sign is plus. If this sign is minus, it's going to be a little bit different, and I'll show you that one here in just a second. Alright, so that was our answer for the first one. So for the second one, if this is minus, actually let's go over to this one first. If this is plus and this is minus, then let's see what we do. So again, we're looking for two factors. I'm going to run out of room up here. So I have to move that over. Alright, looking for two factors that when we multiply them together will equal this trinomial. So we can do our factors of 15 that when we add them equal 8. So we've got 1 and 15 and 3 and 5. When we add 3 and 5, we get 8. But to equal negative 8, both of these are going to need to be negative. So minus 3 and minus 5. And when we multiply those back out, x times x is x squared. X times negative 5 is negative 5x. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x. And negative 3 times negative 5 is positive 15. When we combine those, we get our middle term. Alright, so let's take a look at how it's different if we have a negative here. It's essentially the same thing, except what we need to do, so we still have this, but we need to find factors of 18 that when we subtract them equal 3. So we have 1 and 18, 2 and 9, and 3 and 6. So when we subtract 3 and 6, we get 3. So those are going to be our numbers. They're going to be 3 and 6. But we need this to be negative. So we were thinking about subtracting, but really what it is the bigger sign needs to be negative so that when we have 3 and negative 6, we get negative 3. So the negative will go with the 6. So when we multiply this out, we get x times x is x squared. X times negative 6 is negative 6x. 3 times x is 3x. And 3 times negative 6 is negative 18. When we combine our like terms, we get our negative 3x. And so that's our answer.